Welcome to the High Stake Podcast, where we talk to people that live in Vegas. And if you have been in Las Vegas real estate, some way or somehow, you have seen her. Because I gotta tell you,
She's everywhere.
You are everywhere. I've been in real estate for 20 years, and I knew you without even knowing. I wasn't stalking you or anything, but you are very present in leadership and the association on everything.
A lot of hours of volunteering.
Yes, you do volunteer. Today we have Yared Rivera with us. Yared, how are you?
That is. See, you're saying it wrong.
Am I saying it wrong? Today we have Yared Rivera with you. See, I almost messed up your name. I've been saying it all wrong.
Yeah.
All the time.
I can't believe you've been saying it wrong. And how many times have we
you haven't corrected
have
me.
we talked, or I don't know. Maybe this is the first time I hear you formally.
So it's not Yared, it's Yared Rivera. Yared, thank you so much. I really appreciate you helping me doing this. Before we start, why don't you tell for those of that are listening to us, what do you do? You are in?
I am in real estate, so I am a realtor, just as you are. So we help buy and sell real estate with our clients.
That's correct. We do. You just went into a panel of real estate agents, and you also had an article which we'll talk about a little bit more later. Tell us a little bit of where you're from. Are you from Vegas originally?
Sort of. I mean, I am now. I've been in Vegas 34 years, but I was actually born in Nicaragua. My parents moved me to Southern California, West Los Angeles, Culver City to be exact, when I was 4 years old. And then we moved to Vegas as a family when I was 15.
You go to high school here?
I did.
What high school?
Chaparral. Go
Chaparral.
Cowboys.
Come on.
Go Cowboys.
El Dorado. You see what I'm saying? What year is this? I mean, I don't want to put out. I mean, I think it was 2000.
I graduated in 1995. If that's what you want to know.
No, because I'm trying to put a timeline together. Most of the people that actually live here in Vegas haven't been here in Vegas as long as you and I have.
Right.
So for them to listen to how Vegas was in 1995, 96.
So different.
It was very, very different.
Yeah.
Or else you were in high school. Let's jump a little bit. How did you decide to get into real estate? And before real estate, what was your gig? What was it that you did before?
Oh my God, I did so many things.
Talk to me.
I actually used to work in a beauty salon. I was a manicurist. So I did that. I actually did that for 15 years. I went to beauty school and really young, and so I was doing nails in a beauty salon for about 15 years.
From nails to real estate is a big jump.
It is.
How do you? Why, first of all, guide us on how did you started?
Okay, so
in this situation of real estate.
So that's the thing, right? So I actually started in real estate because when I was working in the salon, I worked with a lady who was also a manicurist. She sat behind me, and her husband was a realtor, and he was putting together a team. This was 2005. He was putting together a team, and they asked me if I would get my real estate license and be on their team because I was bilingual, and they wanted me because I was bilingual. I said no. I said absolutely not. I don't want to be a real estate agent. It's not what I wanted to do.
It's funny. It's 2005. This is 2005?
Yeah, it was 2005. I was like, absolutely not. I don't want to do this. I always felt that realtors came with such a bad rap.
Used car salesman.
Right. And so I'm like, that's not what I want to be. I don't want to be that person with the bad rap. And she just kept asking me. They actually offered to pay for me to go to real estate school. And finally, I was just like, all right, fine. I mean, they're going to take care of everything. Why not?
You were doing your nail gig at the same time during all of this. Thought nothing of it. During 2005, for those of you who don't know, this was during one of the hottest markets in real estate history, really, before the big crash. I started pretty similar to you.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing nails, though. I was selling guitars, and a big shout out to Christopher Coleman. He came in and he bought a guitar, and he goes, "Man, you're good." It was, what are you doing selling guitars?
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's what I do. And he goes, you should sell real estate. And here we are. So You get the license. This is the hottest market.
It was. It was
I mean,
hot.
it was incredibly hot.
My first year in real estate, I didn't even do any advertising. I think I sold like 14 homes my first year.
That's insane.
It was
by
crazy.
The way.
I didn't
That's
even
insane.
try.
That's
I
a
wasn't
huge
even
production.
trying.
That's
Yeah.
a huge production, guys.
For a brand new agent, that wasn't even
for
trying.
any agent.
Yeah.
That's a huge production. What company was this? Who do you start with?
So I never joined the team, by the way.
Okay. So let's go back. They pay for your stuff. That's,
So they decided not to move forward with the team. They were just like, we're not going to do the team. I don't know what happened. Maybe they were having problems in their marriage. Who knows? I don't know. Anyways, I never joined their
Were they
team.
a husband and wife team?
They were a husband and wife team. They were with Century 21.
Right.
But I did not join Century 21. Instead, we ended up, where did I go? Oh, I went to Exit Realty first.
Yeah. I remember Exit Realty.
That's where I hung my license.
Wasn't that Brandon's at that time?
It was Trish Nash's.
Trish Nash, that's right.
Yeah. So it was, my brokers were Trish Nash and Jackie Porter. I wasn't with them very long, though. I think I was only with them for like maybe 2 or 3 months. And then I went to Realty One Group.
Before, I jumped a little bit ahead. Before all of these real estate crazy things in 2005, because I'm sure that's in itself its own little story. But what were your years like here in Vegas before the real estate world? What was it like being here in Vegas? And you know what I'm talking about. You know what years. You know what years I'm talking about.
Well, okay. So if you grew up in Vegas,
I sure did.
okay, there was a lot of clubbing because I don't know if they still do this. Do they still do this? If you were like a hot girl and you wanted to get into the club, like they were giving you free bottles, like bring your 10 hottest friends and we're going to give you a free bottle with a table. And like, that was my life.
Oh, I get that call all the time. It's like wear your high heels and you get a free table. No, that's still, that is still going on today. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine who you know, one of that I work with, one of the agents that we work together, she's a hot girl, and she gets all of these invites to these places. And she goes, "Come on, Chris, let's go. You don't have to pay. I'll always pay. There's always because I'm a guy. I'm a
you're
dude.
the guy.
So, what clubs were you talking about? I mean, because now everybody knows the cool clubs.
Okay,
because
so
we didn't have those in the '90s back then.
Well, Utopia.
That's
Do you remember
true.
Utopia?
I
The
tried
beach.
The beach. Yes.
The drink.
The beach. I remember more vividly for a lot of reasons.
They were clubs, and before my time was, I think, the Shark Club. That was before me, though.
I don't remember that. I remember the beach. I think it was that was a very popular club.
Yeah.
It
was so fun, and I think like they had Latin nights. Oh my God, do you remember Latin nights at the Rio on Thursdays?
If you didn't go to Latin nights at the Rio on Thursdays during the
What were you doing?
late 90s,
Everybody was there.
I don't think you were nobody.
No,
I don't think
everybody
you-
was there.
I don't think you were cool. So you were partying. You were young.
A
I mean,
lot
you're
of
still
partying.
young, by the way. You're partying. You're doing your thing. You get your license. You're an Exit Realty. Success the first year because that was the year, and you're a very successful person anyway. But then shit hits the fan.
Yes, shit hit the fan. I want to say, was it like 2007?
I think 2007, you could start see it, the writing on the wall.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
started
Where
to
everything
see a little bit of a
changed.
turn,
Yeah.
but 2008 really is when everything just went upside down and like, you know.
Were you in a team then, or were you at Realty One then already?
I was at Realty One. I was not on a team.
What year were you in Realty One?
2006, because if I got licensed in 2005,
Oh, so you started with Realty One.
I started with Exit, but like
No, I mean, what I'm saying, Realty One was very new at the time.
Yeah, it was
During those
very
times.
new.
Very new.
I don't even think it was a year old. Maybe.
No.
So at the time, Realty One was so small that the owner used to rent, like he used to do those,
The spaces, the rental spaces.
Yeah, he used to rent office spaces. You know
Yep.
the what are those called? The Regis and
Regis.
one of those. So he used to do those.
How was it during those times? I mean, I've had a few people that I invited to the podcast, and they try to forget those times. I try to forget those times too.
We
but I
all
think
try to
it's-
forget those times.
Yeah, but I think it's crucial in a business world to. I mean, you stayed in the business.
Well, yes, But let me tell you, it was. So I took like a year off.
Okay.
Like in maybe 2009, and I came back in 2010. And let me tell you, because when I started real estate, it was so easy for me. It was so easy, and I was putting deals together. Like the business was just coming to me. So like my very first experience in going into real estate was I was making money automatically.
Yeah.
And so now also let's keep in mind that back then you could still buy a house for $140,000.
That was the main impressions. Yeah.
So the commissions weren't what they are today.
No.
But at the same time, like it doesn't matter if you're grinding them out, you're making money. So, so it was definitely a different time. So when the crash came, like nobody had trained me, nobody had like helped me, right? It was just I came in, I started making money, and that was it. I knew what I was doing, but I really didn't really. I mean, looking back today, 20 years in, right? I'm just like.
Well,
that probably wasn't the smartest.
Oh, you're describing my story because I don't. By the way, Jared, I don't think anybody was ready for what was about to happen or what happened. I was at Prudential during 2005, 2006.
Yes.
I started same year as you. Somebody recruited me, and they thought I was going to be good. Little do they know. But one of the things that I did see is how when things are good, it's great, and nobody has to teach you how to be good. But when things are bad, nobody tells you. At least I was very similar to you, where I didn't have to prospect.
Yeah,
people knew me, people liked me.
Yeah.
I was very similar to you. 13, 14 deals my first year. I remember I said, "I'm gonna retire at 30."
Yeah,
stupid. but I didn't know any better. When you are going through those hard times, and we don't have to get into your personal life, but I mean, we have to pay bills.
Yeah.
We have responsibilities.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? Because it was extremely hard for me. I remember, I hate it. I hate to even think about if I know what I know now, right? But we cannot think like that. But how did you deal with it?
Oh
I know how to deal with it now.
I'm like such a Vegas cliche, honestly. Like I really am. And I don't care. I'm an open book, so I'll tell you. So around that time, I was going through also a breakup, and I also had 2 kids. So my kids were little. My son was maybe a couple of years old. I don't remember. They were really young. They were still in elementary school, and I was in an abusive relationship that I needed to get out of. So it was really hard. So I had the combination of I started doing real estate. I started doing really well. I never stopped working in the salon, though, so that was supplemental for me, which was good. But now I found myself in this place where the market turned. So this was 2007.
Yeah.
The market turned. My kids were little. I wasn't making any money. I was in an abusive relationship that I knew I needed to get out of. And now I wasn't making any money because the market had turned. So now, no money. And I'm like, I got to go, and I got to get out of this situation. And if I don't get out of this situation, who knows what's going to happen, right?
Yep.
So I started dancing at night.
Okay.
I moved out of the house. I left that man. Good riddance. And I was like, oh, my God, I have to feed my kids. I have to put a roof over their head. I moved out of that house. It was like a whole thing. I started dancing. I was still working in the salon. Now I was raising 2 kids. I'm like, obviously, I'm not going to do this forever. I went to school.
Shoot.
I went back to school to finish my bachelor's degree and started my master's.
What were you studying?
I was studying my master's. I have a master's degree in marriage and family therapy.
Does your personal experience, and you don't have to answer this, does your personal experience with what was happening then made you go through that?
Yes,
okay.
It did. And it wasn't just my personal experience, but I was having a lot of friends that they would reach out to me for help, right? Because now I'm living on my own with my kids, and I left a terrible situation. And I had friends that were in situations, and everybody was like calling me, oh, can I come stay with you or whatever, because, they needed to get out, or it just became a thing where I was just so understanding of the situation that I was like, yeah, come stay with me, like whatever you need, and I was just helping my friends. I didn't think past like I'm helping my friends. And then I was like, you know what? Like
I like this.
I like this. Like, I like helping people.
Yeah.
Like, it was like something like, I was like, it makes me feel good to see other people, succeed
Get out
and
of
whatever.
a toxic situation.
Absolutely. So that was something that I was just very passionate about. And so I decided, like, how can I help people? Like, how can I do this more in a way where, one, it's going to make me money and I can support my kids and whatever. So I enrolled myself, and I went back to school to get my graduate degree. And
so you were doing nails, you were dancing,
Yeah.
and going to school
Yes.
while being a mom.
yes,
And I sell a house here and there. In
Yes.
between. Shit.
yes.
Well, I mean, guide us a little bit through those years. How long were you doing all of those three things? Were you working at the nail salon and dancing at night and going to school? And being a mom and a dad
It was rough.
at the same time. What is the mindset there, Yared? Let's deep dive into that. Because
Honestly, my mindset was not going past, I got to make sure that the bills are paid, my kids have a roof over their head, they have clothes, and they have food. Like, that was my mindset.
survival mode and go.
And go. Like, that was it. There was no failure. There was no room to fail. I had to do something.
Do you feel when we get as entrepreneurs, when things go good, that drive of finishing things, because we have a little cushion. I don't know, that happens to me sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you think we lose that drive? Like you were saying, I didn't have a choice. I have to do this. This is dead or alive, and I have to do this. Does that disappear?
I don't think so, because I feel like I do it anyways now. Like, I'm still the same way, right? Like,
Yeah.
now I think my goals are just different. Now I just want to make money and travel the world.
Right,
My
right.
kids are out of the house.
Yeah.
And so, now I don't have to worry about feeding them. I mean, of course, if they need something, they can come over, whatever they do. And I'm always going to be mom. But it's nice for the first time in my life,
Good for you.
it's nice to only have to think about myself. Sort of.
How? Of course. Yeah. When do you go back into real estate full time? While you were going and getting your bachelor's?
So, I want to say that it was either 2010 or 2000. Yeah, I want to say 2010. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this again. Because, one, I can't work at night forever. And
How's that? Was that that's a hard gig.
it was
You
hard.
can't sleep.
It was hard.
There's no sleeping in that.
It was honestly, it was supplemental. I wasn't like, there are some girls that are there like 5-6 nights a week. I would only go like to supplement what I didn't have.
Sure.
So that wasn't like, there were weeks at a time that I didn't go. But if like,
It just give you a little extra.
yeah, if I knew that I needed an additional $1,000, I would go to work 1 or 2 days. And isn't that crazy? Like $1,000 in a night, like, or more.
That's it. I mean, I'm listening to these numbers. I go, man, if I had the body, you know what I'm saying? If I had the body. So you go back full time, 2010, 2011 in real estate.
Yeah.
Things are not that great there either.
Well, and I think,
And by the way, in real estate world,
right, there was a lot of short sales.
oh,
A lot of short sales. So I came back to the market and it was full of short sales and
Yeah.
REOs. That was
Yes.
the market. So
so let's explain a little
have
bit
to adjust.
for those non-real estate people that are watching this, maybe watching this. What short sale was back then. Before the crash, you would buy a house, and I just given a hypothetical.
Yes.
A home, you would buy a home for $500,000. You owe the bank $500,000. Current market value of that home is
$300,000.
$300,000 or $250,000.
Yeah.
And now the bank kind of accepts a lower offer, which it'll help. In this case, the owner not to go into foreclosure. However, that took a lot of time.
A lot of time.
6 months, 12 months.
I would say like the majority of the homes on the market were short sales.
And you had, if you were a real estate agent, you had to get into that game because that's the only thing that was available. I remember during those years, and I think you remember too, the average home for me was $130,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you sold a $300,000 home back then,
I mean, yeah.
it was a big
Yeah.
for me anyway. You know, that was
For anybody.
for anybody.
We just didn't have those prices back then.
I don't think this business was designed to handle that kind of low,
Yeah.
commission, because everything else is same expensive as it's.
Well, it's gotten
always
more
been. It's
expensive
gotten
now. Our
more
expenses has gotten bigger.
way higher.
Yeah.
You go into the real. Do you by yourself or do you join a team?
Again, by myself.
You didn't. You just joined a team later on, but we'll talk
Yeah.
into that. And tell us. I mean, you are. Were you doing nails at the time still when you came back in the 2011 2012 game?
Yes, but not as much. So around that time, I think I had graduated. I was graduating. I think I graduated in like 2009 or 2010. So that took up a lot
I'm sure.
of my time. And also because it was marriage and family therapy, we had to do a practicum. And so we had to do like, I don't know, 800 hours or 900 hours of counseling with like working one-on-one with clients as part of our curriculum.
Pay your dues, yeah.
So we had a supervisor that would supervise our sessions, if you will.
Wow.
So you and I would go, I would be your therapist. We would do the things and I would then go and report to my supervisor about how that went and what direction
Get
we
those
should go
hours
in
in.
or whatever. So that was a lot of time also.
That's 900 hours. How has that helped you in your current business?
Oh my God, so much. Yeah. Honestly, like I'm not in that field anymore. Sometimes I think maybe if I retire from real estate, I do want to go into this field because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I didn't go into the field. And the reason that I didn't go into the field, which is kind of ironic because I'm going to do something to help people and make money.
It was too much.
It was, at the time, I was not able to do that full time and still take care of my kids.
Yep.
And I think I was maybe stretched too thin, like I was doing too many things.
You had a lot of things.
Yeah,
going.
and so I didn't end up going into therapy full time just because it was a I need to again take care of my kids.
Of course, it comes down to that. 100%.
They have to be fed. They have to be
100%.
clothed. They need a roof over their head.
All of that. Especially
private violin lessons are not easy.
Were they on their teens at that? They're getting into their teens. 2010.
Yeah, they were getting there. They were getting there.
That's when things start to get expensive.
Yeah, they get more expensive.
They get more expensive as they get older.
Yeah.
That's 2011, 2012. I mean, that's very impressive, by the way, that you have this degree, and it has helped you with your real estate career. You said I read an article that you were on Las Vegas Review Journal just recently, guys. Great article, and it talks about how heavy the burden on the mind and the body and the soul is when you buy your first property.
Right.
And how sometimes we as agents need to be a little bit more careful on how to approach the first-time buyer routine. Tell us a little bit about that. And in regards to, you probably have a finer radar than most of us do when it comes to the emotional state of the buyer.
So,
you know what I mean?
So yes. So I would say that I probably have a little bit of an edge when it comes to like understanding the way people feel or react to things, or I understand emotions probably.
Yep. A little bit better than
a little. I like to think a little bit better. But really, it's remembering that, like, even in counseling, when you're in therapy, like, your therapist is not there to tell you what to do. They're there to help guide you through whatever emotions that you're feeling. And so, literally, like, it's exactly what we do in real estate. We are helping guide our clients through their emotions. Because think of a transaction like, it could be a buyer, it could be a seller. Like, they get emotional. Like,
they really do.
They don't think they're getting emotional, but they take things personally, or they want to make decisions based on how they're feeling versus like what makes sense. And so it's a lot of just like listening and helping guide them through that process to help them come to a logical conclusion. 2011,
2012, when did you go full-time in real estate? And you go, you know what? I think this is it.
Around that time.
Is that?
It's around that time that I started to go full time, maybe. And I started to go full time, I'm going to tell you, when I started to get involved in leadership.
Let's talk about that, because that's one of the reasons why I knew you.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, I've been calling her the wrong name for all this time. No, but I remember when I first met you, like originally met you.
Yeah.
It was at you probably don't remember, but it was at the coffee machine. And I said, hi, my name is Chris. And you said, Yared.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what the fuck did she say? You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
I was like, okay. I was like, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And, but I've seen you in you were very involved in the association and leadership, and that's why I knew of you.
Yeah.
What I asked you the other day when we were having coffee here at the office, and you got very passionate about what made you get into that, because that's also very time consuming and it takes a lot of your personal life. For me, that will be kind of impossible, and I'm very selfish. For you, you're giving up your time. Tell us why.
So when I stopped doing real estate, it was, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get my degree. These are the things that I'm going to do. It didn't end up working out that way. But I knew that what made me feel good, what gave me a drive, was knowing that I was helping people. And leadership was essentially like somebody opening the door to showing me that in real estate, we actually do a lot more than just sell houses. Like, yes, you and I have the opportunity to help a first-time home buyer, get into their dream home, or whether it's, their second house or whatever. Like, it's a great feeling to give somebody those keys and like to, and to see somebody so excited, especially when it's their first home.
Yeah.
So it's more about the feeling of doing, right, of serving. So I knew that was already something that I enjoyed doing. So then when I started to go to committees like YPN or what was the other, maybe community outreach, and and it wasn't because I knew what I was doing. It was somebody told me, hey, come to this, and I was like, all right, sure. And then they called me, hey, come again. You should come again. So then I just kind of started going because we were like, oh, come on, right? And I was like, all right, sure, whatever. And then I started to learn everything else that we do, because realistically, like, let me tell you something about realtors. We are, as an organization and as a trade organization, we are amazing at what we do, because not only do we help facilitate maybe some of the biggest purchase of some of these people's lives, but also there's so much more, because in the background, the things that the public is not seeing is the amount of hours that we put in advocating with legislatures and private property rights, and even like our own rights as realtors. Like, we're constantly advocating to make sure that when there is legislature that's being introduced, right? We are right there. We are at the table. We're having those conversations, and we're having conversations with these lawmakers, telling them why this law that they want to introduce, or this bill that they want to introduce, why it works or it doesn't work. And we stay in our lane, so it's always real estate related, you know. Let me give you a great example. This is one of my favorite examples. During COVID, a lot of states shut down and did not say that real estate was an essential business.
Right.
In the state of Nevada, we were able to stay open because of the relationships that our PACs had and our leadership had with our lawmakers, with our legislatures and the governor. And so
we're essential workers.
So that was one of the reasons. And so that was one of the reasons that we were able to stay open. And it came down to the relationships of years and years and years that we built with our state legislatures and city legislatures to make sure that we have a voice at the table when something is happening, because we're here advocating for all realtors, regardless of whether you volunteer or not. We're advocating for you regardless.
A property ownership,
and we're also advocating for property ownership to make sure that it doesn't get so complicated. I think our biggest fight right now is inventory, and affordable housing.
Yes.
So, the smart people are coming up with ways or trying to come up with solutions on what we need to resolve this. What do we need to do? So we are actively behind the scenes, at these tables trying to figure out how we can help and what we can do in our communities to be able to make sure that our community, because we are part of the communities that we live in, that our communities can still
thrive,
have access to that generational wealth. Everybody knows that buying property is a way for somebody to start generational wealth.
Tell us a busy day on your life. I know you're very busy today. You showed me your schedule earlier, but thank you, by the way, again. What's a busy day for a real estate agent that is also involved with all of these wonderful organizations that do help not only do they help us as real estate agents, but also the consumer.
Yeah.
Describe a day for us.
Well, are we talking
a busy day? Let's say you have, like I'm sure you have a lot of, but a busy day. Go. How do you start?
A busy day, like if we're combining everything, first of all, I have learned to live by my calendar, and if I don't put it in my calendar, I'll forget.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That might be an age thing. Maybe I don't know. I feel
as I grow older, if I don't put stuff on my calendar, I will forget completely.
But it keeps me organized.
100%.
So let's just say, and I'm involved also in our state leadership and our national leadership, the National Association of Realtors, Nevada Realtors. Mm-hmm. So I am involved with that. So a lot of those meetings, when we have meetings that have to do with leadership. Yeah. They're either on Zoom, if it's if it's a national one, it's on Zoom. Yep. Every now and then we have to travel to meet to do some of these things. So let's just say a day in Vegas, I might wake up, come to the office. I might have some appointments that I set up the day before. Maybe do some research for properties that a buyer might want. Yep. Get a listing ready. Somewhere in there, make sure that I allotted time for a Zoom meeting that I maybe had in the middle of the day because, if I didn't set it up,
it's not there.
It's not there.
It's not there.
But but also when you volunteer, I think it's also important to remember people depend on you when you're volunteering.
It's a very serious thing,
right? People depend on you, so it's important to make sure that you're making the time and that you're carving the time out for these things. Because if you're not, then you're just taking up the place of somebody that actually wants to be there or has the time to be there.
And let me ask you this, and I know that you don't do it for this, but how important is it, or how good has it been for you, if it has, I don't know if it has or not, into you developing relationships and networking in this environment from other states and stuff like that? Yes. Has that helped your business?
It totally helps my business. I want to say that maybe anywhere between 10 to 15% of my business comes from referrals.
That's huge.
And those are referrals that are coming from
it's huge.
Other states, whether it's Georgia or Arizona or Utah or Colorado or Florida, whatever, So it has helped me. It has helped me in that sense because I've been able to build relationships.
Yes.
But what I like to tell people is they have to be fluid relationships.
You cannot go in there for the purpose of having a relationship.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yes, if you're going there for the purpose of trying to build friends so that they can send you business, it doesn't work that way.
No, that's not honest. It doesn't work.
It's not just honest, but think about it. As an agent, if somebody just wants to talk to you because they're going to get something from you, or think that they're going to say, you're turned off immediately, right? Yeah. So I always say it has to be organic. If I met you, Christian, and you were from another state and we got along and we became friends, and hey, I'm going to get along with you and we're going to probably have a friend relationship and build from that.
Business,
and build from that because I genuinely liked you as a person, not because I'm automatically thinking, oh, Christian is from Vegas and this is going to be a great Vegas contact for me.
Right. No, that makes total sense. Do you think that Las Vegas is underrated for entrepreneurships? Or overrated? Underrated or overrated for Vegas?
I don't know.
Because I heard a lot of people say this is the next best thing, which I agree with, by the way. Mm-hmm. I do see exponential growth
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
And with exponential growth comes exponential pain.
Yeah.
And we as locals that I've been here from since 1994,
Yeah.
we like to complain.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the traffic.
We don't really have traffic. I mean, yes,
We don't have
but not
traffic,
really.
right? We don't have traffic. But from when I used to, we didn't have any traffic, right?
Right.
Especially over the last 10 years.
We didn't even have the 215.
We didn't have 215. Guys, if you guys are watching this and you guys take the 215, we didn't have it.
We didn't have it.
As a matter of fact, I was so scary the first time they opened. I go, what? Who lives there? What's wrong with this
We
people?
had the 15 and the 95.
15 and 95. What do you think? Do you think it's underrated for entrepreneurs, or do you see growth?
You know, God, anything can have potential. It just depends on, I guess, where, again, these legislators want to take it. I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day. Vegas is great for dining, entertainment, things like that. But you know what we're not great at is like history.
We don't have a culture yet.
We don't have like real history.
Do you think it's because we're too new? We're relatively new to others, like other cities.
I feel like the minute that anything starts getting old with Vegas, they demolish it and build something new.
You know, one of I agree with that 100%. You know, one of the things that I do feel that Vegas has shifted is since they started doing with the sports, now you feel a sense of camaraderie,
Yes.
and pride of like,
Yeah.
Las Vegas Knights, as
Yeah.
an example,
Yeah.
which, if you're a hockey fan. And now with the Raiders being here
Yeah.
and I mean, I don't know, it may be me because I'm a romantic, that it may have created a little sense of, community that we didn't have
No, it
before,
really did.
right?
And it really did. And remember that the Knights played their first game, like, what is it, like days after, or like a week after, I can't remember the time frame, but it was days after the October 1st shooting.
The Mandalay Bay, that's
So
right.
that
That's
was like
correct.
that
That's
was a
correct.
really big deal.
Yeah.
We had the October 1st, and then the Golden Knights came in.
Yeah,
like,
that's correct.
Opening.
I
So
think
it really united.
Yes.
It really brought together the Las Vegas community, I feel like, because they were so involved and entrenched within the community right after that happened.
Really, I mean, it became.
And now look
a
at them.
thing.
They're amazing.
and they are not a bad team. I take it.
We
right?
are not even 10 years old, and we have a Stanley Cup.
Is that what we do?
Yeah.
Is that what we have? Okay.
Yeah,
well, that tells you how much I follow.
I mean,
it.
we've made it to the finals and the semifinals
That's
like almost
true.
every year. I mean, who can say that? Who can say that?
Especially as a new team. Well,
As a new team.
Vegas does it differently. Also,
Obviously.
I've been to 3-4 games, and some people very generously have invited me to
Yeah.
go see these games in these amazing seats. And let me tell you, if something that Vegas does is entertainment. Because
We do it well.
Yes, we do. Because I went there, and I say we because I consider myself a Vegas person, by the way. But I went there not knowing anything about hockey, and it was such a blast. I mean, they play music in the middle of it, and the lights, and it was entertaining, and it was great. And Vegas does it differently. I haven't seen a Raiders game yet. Have you?
I have.
And
I have.
They say it's great. They say that
It was great. My very first Raiders game, they had Ice Cube performing. So I was like, hey.
It was a good day.
It was a
good
good
day.
day.
It was a
Yeah,
good day. You've been doing this for now 20 years.
Yeah. 21 this year, actually.
Congratulations. What has kept you going, girl? Because this is not an easy thing.
I feel like it's a combination of things. It's not just one thing. It's the camaraderie that I've built within the realtor community.
Yes.
My perspective of real estate changed where, in the beginning I was like, I don't even want to do this. And then I started doing it and it was about the money. But, my focus shifted where it's not about the money. The money's great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We need the money.
Absolutely.
But when your focus shifts to I'm here to help people, then things just kind of just change for you because now you're not chasing money. Now you're actually being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Yeah. That's exactly when things change.
Yes.
When things change. Getting out of survival mode,
Yeah.
I call it. Did you face any challenges being a woman in this racket of ours?
I do.
Did you? Okay.
I have.
Okay. Can we get into it a little bit? I mean,
Sure.
we're not into specifics, of course, but where do you see the challenges here?
I think the challenges that we have, or that I've seen as women, is the opportunities that we've had, or the opportunities that present themselves for women, or that are offered to women. So let me give you some real quick statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Over 60% of practitioners of real estate are women.
Right.
It's like 60 something percent, right?
Right.
But 80 something percent of the managerial positions in real estate and brokers are men.
Okay.
So there's there's something disparaging there, that how is it that men are still here? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that men shouldn't be there. That's not what I'm saying at all. But when you are trying to get to the top, there you definitely see the difference.
Do you see yourself in this business in the next 10 years? And if you do,
yes.
Do you want to stay as you are, or do you want to pursue? You have that personality where you can lead. Do you want to pursue anything more than what you're doing now in real estate?
TBD.
Okay. Not discarded.
I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no. And I think that things will happen when they're supposed to happen. I've sat on the board of directors before.
Yes.
I've done a range of different things in leadership, but there's been times where I've wanted to do things maybe in leadership or in real estate that that weren't afforded to me or facilitate it for me. Mm-hmm. And in the moment when that happens, you're so devastated because you're just like, oh, this was mine, and then it didn't happen. But again, it's really perspective. Looking back on some of these failures, it's probably the times that I learned the most about myself.
Yeah.
And maybe what I wanted, and maybe what I thought I wanted wasn't really what I wanted. And so I'm a big believer in if things are going to come when it's time for them to come, and you just got to let things kind of
flow.
And if you know what, and possibilities and opportunities are always there. You just have to be open to seeing them.
What do you tell somebody that is thinking about, and I'll be more specific. Mm-hmm. You are a woman and you want to join real estate.
Yeah.
What do you tell them?
Do it.
Should they join a team?
Yes.
Tell us why.
Yes. I think, one, I don't believe that you should have a real estate license and automatically start doing real estate by yourself.
I agree.
Unsupervised.
I agree 100%.
There's so many things that can go wrong. There's so much to learn. It's not just, because again, it's not just about writing out a contract that you're filling in the blanks.
No, it's so much deeper than that.
It's
absolutely.
so much deeper than that. And then anything can go wrong.
And it does. It always does.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, I believe that new agents should always work with somebody, whether it's they're being supervised by their broker.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes I see agents that their brokers aren't supervising them. And I'm like, oh my God, they're doing such a disservice to them.
Let me tell you what, I had a listing the other day, and I had this lady, and she was doing her job. She was an agent. And we as agents, we can, especially I've been doing it as long as you have been doing it, so I can sense who's on the other side of the phone. Yeah. You could sense it too by the questions they ask.
Yes, you can tell if they're newer.
You can tell right away. And I'm doing my thing. I'm the listing agent, so of course I'm protecting my seller. And she goes, well, I'm going to send you an offer. So I was like, great, just let me know when you send me the offer. She sends me the offer, and it's written it's very poorly written.
Yeah.
And I know what she wanted to say, but it's not represented in the offer. Yeah. So I called her and I said, hey, so your offer is, I get it, but it's just completely written the wrong way.
Yeah.
And she goes, can you help me?
I've done that too.
And I go, wow, what a position that you put me in. You know what I'm saying? I go, so here I am in a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Telling her how to write a contract.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to mention the other broker. I'm not going to mention the name, but she shouldn't. I mean, she's representing somebody buying the most expensive home in their life. And here we are unsupervised.
Yeah.
Putting very questionable things on the contract, right?
Yeah.
What, besides the opportunity to learn from in a team when you first started, which I think.
Well, and by the way, the best way to protect yourself from that is say, well, this is what I would do, but I would. This is what I would do, but I would still talk to your broker to make sure.
Believe me, I sent her. I got it in writing. I go, by the way, you should definitely check with your broker. Well, she didn't get the offer. Anyway, I think she quit real estate after this conversation that I had with her. Besides having that experience when you join a team, because when I started, I did join a team, and I think it bought me a lot of years of experience, just in the first 2-3 deals with the help that I got from other. What do you think of camaraderie on a team? And somebody, you're there at the office every day and pushes you. Some people don't need it. I kind of do. I kind of want to be around people that do the same thing that I do and go through the same struggles. And that's why I like to come to the office, see you, and talk. Where do you stand on that?
I agree. Like I'm also. We all work so differently, right? And I'm a person that needs to be around people, because I feed off of energies. And when I'm around people that are producing and that are working, like you're just motivated. And you're like, yeah, let's 100%. Do this, right? It's like a whole thing. I was before I came back to Signature, because I was with Signature, I left Signature, I opened a brokerage, so I was a broker for 8 years. But I didn't have a brick and mortar. I was working from home. Yep. It was very different. So it started to wear on me. And it started to wear on me because I was like, I found myself that I wasn't being as productive. I found myself just like not wanting to do things, getting tired, like having no energy. And it just became like tedious.
Oh, I tried to do the same thing.
Yeah, it became tedious.
Yeah.
So I know for myself, I need to be around people. I need to work with people. That motivates me.
100%.
That keeps me going. And especially if you have like a friend or somebody that you're working with, whether it's on a team or like you just even in the same office, and you're going in there and you guys are like holding yourselves accountable and you're doing all the things. And
I do like the whole technology part of it, that we can work from home. Yeah. However,
yes, it's nice to have that option.
It's nice to have that option, and I do a lot of it.
Yes.
But there's nothing gonna beat getting dressed up,
right?
Getting ready and coming into the office.
It changes your whole mindset.
The whole mindset. Even I could make calls from home, and there are certain calls that I want to make. Yeah. That I don't want to be in my PJs. I want to be dressed up. It's for me. It's kind of like, it makes you feel different too. It makes you feel different. The tonality is different. You're here different. I talk to you. I talk to other agents. What do you see? What do you go? Because I think we're only as good as our knowledge that we know. Yeah. And if we don't talk, like if I don't talk to you and you tell me what's going on in your business, I only know what's happening on mine. Right. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So I tell my agents all the time, guys, when you guys have a time, come to the office, say hi to other people. What are they doing? What are we doing differently? What's the, and you are on a very successful team right now. Yeah. With some incredible realtors as well.
And also, let me tell you another thing about why it's so important, because to build relationships with other realtors, because we're the only business, if you will, that rely on each other to be successful.
Yes, we sure are.
We don't even need to be at the same brokerage, right? But maybe you're with a different brokerage and I have a buyer that brings them to your listing, but like we're cooperating. Yeah. We're cooperating with each other from whatever side. I can't tell you how many times it's helped me or it's helped my client that
having a relationship with another agent.
That I knew the person on the other side, because it just helped make everything run so much easier.
Oh, listen, when I see a listing, whatever, either side, and I see somebody that I know, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
This is gonna be either.
But it's also important. It's also important to remember that, like, you have to have a good reputation, because if you're going to be that agent, because everybody might know you for the wrong reason.
100%.
So if you're going to be that agent that people know you for the wrong reason, they may not want to work with you. So
Of course, it's reputation. It's everything, right?
Reputation on top of relationship building, to me, is so important, because, in my opinion, that actually helps my client.
100%. 100%. And that's one of the reasons why they work with you.
Yeah.
Because you have that reputation. And it's also translates into the business to business, B2B, and in this case, other agents.
Right.
Yared, I'm going to ask you some quick questions.
Yeah.
Answer the first thing that comes into your mind.
Sure.
Okay. Coffee or energy drinks?
Coffee.
Okay. Morning or night?
Morning.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
I have so many.
Oh, pick one. Pick one.
So many. Oh, man, I got to give you a good one. What's a good one? A good pet peeve?
One of the things that you just go, man, this drives me nuts. She's going through the list.
Negative people that are just so pessimistic. Okay. Negative people on social media that air out every single dirty little detail of their life. Like, girl, nobody cares. Like, keep it moving. Like, I came in here to see your kids' baby pictures, like, not to hear you complain about, like, the pool guy. I don't know. It's like, it drives me nuts. It's like,
nobody cares.
Nobody cares. And we've gotten into this, like, we're in this, like, society where, like, people just go on there and they just go in. And I'm like,
I don't get that, by the way.
I'm like, dude.
But where do you, and
listen, I'm not saying my life isn't perfect. I have,
I just don't air it out.
Yeah.
My life is perfect on social media, though.
Yeah, but you know what it is? You know what happens is you put it on social media, and then you have all the same negative people that are going to just agree with you, which just reinforces your way of thinking, because you're just like, yeah, look at all these people that agree with me.
Oh, no.
And so all of these negative people are just reinforcing the negative person that's making these posts.
Well, let me ask you this. Since you have you have a better mind than I do. I use social media for business.
Yeah.
For me, it's a way to promote. This is what I do.
Yeah.
The reason for this podcast is so I'm on top of mind. I also enjoy talking to entrepreneurs like yourself.
Yeah.
It's something that I really enjoy. I want to know what drives you, what goes on. However, I mean, a lot of people look at the same thing that I do, and they share the same thing. But there are those people that share everything, and complain about everything. And I think sometimes that happens because they want reassurance. I don't know. You tell me. I mean, what is the deal?
It is. It's reassurance. It's like a dopamine hit to your brain.
It really is. Can I say, because when I had 27 likes one time.
Okay.
It was great. All right. I was like, fuck yeah. It was great. It was great. Your favorite Vegas restaurant?
Oh, Delilah's.
I just went there.
Oh my God. Did you love it?
Let me tell you, big shout out to my friend Brian, who called me and he goes, Chris, let's go to Delilah's. And I didn't even know what Delilah's was.
Yeah.
And I said, what is Delilah's?
Oh my God. It's such a vibe.
And he goes, it's this very nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And I go there and I take my cell phone out.
It's sexy.
There was like a Jessica Rabbit singing
Yeah.
and jazz style, and I go, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this on my gram.
Yes.
Because people need to know how successful I am.
But you're not allowed to pull your phone out.
You're not allowed to pull your phone out. I look so ignorant. All of a sudden, I see like 7 people coming. I was like, sir?
Put your phone away.
Pull your phone out. We don't do that shit here. Is you one of the ones that you don't come here that you don't know this, huh? I was like, I don't know.
You gotta be like real sneaky about it. You gotta be like,
no. I didn't know though. I was like, I was so embarrassed. I was like, I can't go anywhere. You know what I mean? And that was that's a very nice restaurant.
It was, it's great.
We highly recommend Delilah's.
The only thing, and I get it, but the only thing that I don't like is that they are really tight with their, like, you only have this table for 2 hours. So, like,
they really do check. But by the way, I didn't know this.
But they're very efficient, and when they're bringing out your food, they're very efficient.
They were very nice. Everything
Yeah.
was nice.
So nice.
What I didn't realize, and like I said, big shout out to my bro Brian that took us to dinner there, me and my wife. We went there, and everybody was so nice, but it was kind of like, okay, eat, enjoy, and get out, and keep it moving. And it was, I mean, listen, when I left there, I go, this is one of the, if not the best experience that I've had in restaurant dining.
Yeah.
What is one of the biggest risks that you've ever took? The biggest risks you ever took? I'm sure you did many. I mean, but
I bet on myself. I don't know.
Hey, listen, that's
I
would bet on you.
I bet on myself as a single mom, and I fucking did it.
You sure did, girl. You sure did. What's your dream vacation?
Okay, so I actually have one planned out.
Talk to me, girl.
Okay, so next year for my 50th,
yes,
I decided that what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a month in Europe.
Okay.
I'm going to take a month in Europe to celebrate my 50th birthday. I'm going to do 1 week in a different country, but I'm going to do because I do love the beach. I love being by the water.
I'm gonna have a water sign. I'm a water sign. I just learned today.
I'm a fire sign, but
you sure is.
But
we
I
like to put out.
But I like being in the water.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm going to take a week in each country.
Nice.
So this is my plan, right?
Okay.
Like 1 week in Spain, 1 week in France, 1 week in Italy, 1 week in Greece,
nice.
right? So I'm just going to like go around this way, around the Mediterranean. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an itinerary together and tell my friends, hey, this is where I'm going to be. Anybody that wants to drop in and come celebrate with me in Europe.
Well, make sure you send me your itinerary. Because
Absolutely.
more than likely I'll be like, your girl, where you is.
Yeah, which country do you want to go to?
Listen, listen, that's one of my, as I come to realization, I'm going through middle age crisis, girl. You don't even know. I'm getting a tattoo done, got a Harley.
Yeah.
I didn't get a Harley,
Okay.
nor a tattoo, but I want to.
Okay.
What's your most favorite way to decompress after a long day?
Oh, am I allowed to say?
You can say whatever you want.
Oh God, just like a little bit of weed,
a little bit of weed.
Maybe a little Eddie.
Little Eddie.
A little Eddie, a good comedy show on TV.
Oh God. What's your motivation? You've been doing this for a long time. What drives you still today?
Still today? I think the drive is honestly the relationships that I've built with everyone.
Yeah.
I enjoy what I do. I love doing what I do.
It shows, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it shows, definitely.
So I'm still enjoying what I'm doing. How many people can say that?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
So I feel very fortunate in that
Yeah.
way. I feel very fortunate, even though it's not what I thought I'd be doing.
I don't think anybody in this business was their dream job. Do you? Like, it definitely wasn't mine.
Yeah, I don't know that I know anybody.
Maybe. When you were a kid, hey, what's your dream?
Yeah.
What's your dream? Oh, I want to be a real estate agent.
No.
I'm talking about comps and shit.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's. But however, I was talking to my brother, and my brother and I are very similar.
Yeah.
But very different, if that makes sense. He's
Yeah.
my brother.
Yeah.
And one of the things when I helped him buy his home, he saw a little bit of what he doesn't see at home or with the family is my realtor side.
Yeah.
And the stress that comes with it.
Yeah.
And probably because he's my brother, I showed a little bit more stress than what it really is.
Yeah.
And he goes, Chris, there's something that I want to tell you. I said, yeah, what's up? He goes, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You enjoy this shit. You enjoy everything. And you know what? I do.
So do I.
You know what I mean? Even with the bad parts.
I love the wins. So
The wins are incredible.
I love when like something difficult is happening. I have a perfect example.
Yeah.
It wasn't that difficult, but
It's
when something
difficult.
something that difficult arises, and then like you're able to, because of your expertise and your knowledge, you're able to like work through it and find the solution, and you're just like, it's like you fucking killed it. Like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you feel.
Yeah.
That I love. Like, to me, that is like a rush.
No, that's that.
Yeah, look at what I did. I had a situation yesterday where there was a closing that I'm supposed to have today, and they were telling me we're not going to be able to close because we're trying to verify a judgment against the seller. I have the buyer.
Okay, good.
I have the buyer. We're trying to, determine if this judgment actually belongs to him. We're trying to verify, but when they send these things to attorneys' offices, sometimes whatever. The title company, they would not give them the information. They're like, we have a policy that it can take 7 to 10 business days.
Always, doesn't it?
Right. So and this was like a really fast closing. This was a closing that was going to happen. It was it's a cash purchase. So 2 weeks, right? It's a 15-day escrow. It's not even a long one. So when they're like, oh, we need 7 to 10 business days to get you the information, and this was yesterday that they're telling me.
Yeah, that's
and
not
we have a
good.
closing day of tomorrow. And so now me and the listing agent are on the phone, and we're just like, okay, can we call to see if we can get anywhere ahead? And so, the title company was calling. They called 2-3 times. They couldn't get any answers. The listing agent started calling. Then I was like, have your seller call, see if we can't get through, whatever. Like, we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Nobody can get it done. I literally picked up the phone and in like 5 minutes.
You got it done.
I got it done.
And those are wins. By the way,
that was a win.
Those were wins.
That was a win because guess what?
You're getting close tomorrow.
It was so funny because the listing agent was like, "How did you do that?" I'm like,
It's called determination, and we wanted to close deals, buddy. Been doing this shit for 20 years. What is wrong with you?
I'm like, I've been solving problems with real
Since
estate.
day one.
Yeah.
Since day one. After helping people over 20 years now, what do you think, in the scheme of things, and this is not real estate related, but what do you think? Because when we help people buy their first home, especially first-time buyers, if we do our job, they'll remember us forever.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Well,
in a good way.
If you stay on top of them.
If you stay on top of them. What do you think matters the most? Now, is it relationships with these clients, personal relationships with these clients, or being a realtor? I'll call you every 3 months.
It's relationships. Everything is relationships in our business.
Yeah.
People trust you because you're building a relationship with them. If they're going to trust you, it's because you're building a relationship with them. So you have to build that.
Yes.
Before people start to trust you. They have
100%.
to feel secure.
Yes.
That you have their best interests at heart.
Yeah.
And that translates. And some of these people, and listen, not every single transaction goes great.
That's a fact.
I mean, that's
a fact.
Not every.
No.
But sometimes the hardest transactions are the ones with the people that end up appreciating you the most.
It seems to be that way.
I have a story.
Talk to me.
Of 2011, maybe, right? Short sale time. Short sale years. I had a client who was a Spanish speaker, Spanish speaking, didn't speak any English, great lady. And she was buying a house, but she only wanted to buy this property within a certain radius of where her son had bought a property. So she was like, I have to stay in this neighborhood. Now, granted, everything was a short sale, so it was really, the market was difficult. It took us 7 months to find a property that was within her budget that she could afford because she didn't have a very big budget. So it took us a long time, 7 months to find, and we did it. And then some things started to go kind of sideways with the lender.
Always.
Let me tell you.
Yep.
And so things started to go a little sideways with the lender. Long story short, I ended up advocating for this lady, and I ended up having to interject myself and call the branch manager to be like, hey, what is your guy doing? Like, this is what's going on. And so, just broke down the whole scenario to them, and they helped us, and we closed that file in 48 hours because back then,
you had deadlines.
You had deadlines. The
Yep.
banks would give you, if you don't close by this day, we're done, and we're going to move on to the next person.
100%.
So I'm like, if we don't get this closed.
100%.
So anyways, I went in, I advocated for my client. I did what I needed to do. She knew, the original lender was trying to do something fraudulent, and we caught it, and we're like, what are you doing? There was no reason for any of this. Not that there's ever a reason for it, but what are you doing? You're only jeopardizing this woman's ability to be able to purchase this property because of whatever he did. And so branch manager resolved it, got it through. We closed it in 48 hours, literally, like from start to finish practically.
Nice.
And this lady thought she wasn't going to get her house. She was like devastating, thinking that we didn't know. We were like in limbo. We didn't know what was going to happen. So we finally closed. And back then, things were not electronic the way they are.
It was Wild West.
It was a little different. And I remember there was a closing package, and the escrow officer calls me, and she's like, hey, your client has a closing package, and they have some money coming back to them. It was like $200. And I went to this lady, and I was like, I'll pick it up for her, and I'll drop it off because I want to go give her a gift anyways, in her new house. So I show up with her closing package. I let her know that I was coming. I show up with her closing package, and I was like, there's a check in here, so make sure you don't lose this. And this lady says to me, difficult transaction, 7 months to find this home.
I'm sure. I remember those.
This lady says to me, like with tears in her eyes, she says, I know that if it wasn't for you, I would not be standing here in my house today. And I don't have a lot to give, but I want to give you these $200.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, absolutely not. Like that.
That's a very nice gesture of her. That was super nice.
That was so touching to me. Like I started crying because I'm like, oh my God, I'm just so glad that we got you here. Absolutely. I'm not going to take your money. This is yours.
Yeah.
Like I'm just, for me, like the gift for me is that you're here and that you're happy and that we got you through it. And that's all the gift I need. And so the hard transactions can come with like.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. No, those are the best ones. Those are great stories.
Yeah.
If somebody is watching this and they feel stuck in life or business right now, what would you tell them?
Keep going.
Everything shall pass.
Everything shall pass. Like, be positive, stay positive. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to stay positive because, we can't see what's in front of us sometimes. But like if you stay positive, and I stand by this, if you stay positive and you're open, the opportunities are there. And they'll present themselves to you. But if you're in a space where you're like negative, pessimistic, and everything is bad, those opportunities may be right in front of you, and you won't see them.
How important is environment?
So important. So important.
So surround yourself with the right people.
Surround yourself. What's that saying? You are the product of the five closest
friends.
People that you hang out with.
The older I get and the more I realize that's so true.
Yeah.
It's just, it's true. Yared.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Guys, if you are in the market to buy real estate and you want to work with a professional, you definitely should use Yared. I'll tag you and anything
or
else.
Christian.
Or me.
Or
I appreciate, but listen, she's better looking than I am. Anything that you want to plug in, Yared, anything that you want to say to our fellow listeners? Something to close this by? What do you, as a business owner, since this is an entrepreneurship podcast, what's one thing to close this conversation?
Oh, for me, a big thing is like be humble.
Hold on.
Be humble and
I saw this.
appreciate the things
You were
around you.
saying this at the summit.
Yes, the Nevada Realtor Summit.
Another Realtor Summit, Nevada Realtor Summit, which you had an amazing talk. Let's talk about humbleness before we close this.
Okay, sure.
Because that was a very nice thing. Be humble.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit.
I have found every now and then I come across somebody that is on the other end of a deal that their ego gets in the way of doing good work.
Yeah.
Like we're not, it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about doing what's best for your client. And sometimes.
Are you saying that realtors have egos?
Whoa. But sometimes I think some people like forget that like this is not about you winning.
It's never.
This is about everybody and collaborating.
Yeah.
So sometimes you come across like I'm going to get this done. Whatever. Like they want to like double down on something that doesn't even like make sense, or they just want to fight, or they just want to talk down to you or whatever. Like, dude, we're all here. With the same goal,
yes,
right? Just like that other agent was like, can you help me? And you were like, yeah, I can help you.
Yeah.
I've had that too, where I had a brand new agent. I kind of helped him a little bit, with the offers. And I knew that he was new. And I gave him grace. And when he forgot something, I would be like, hey, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, listen, da da da. But I wasn't. I never tried to take advantage of the
No.
fact that he was learning. I just worked with him, right, to make the transaction great. And then he was telling his broker about it, and they thanked me because like, thank you so much, like that was so great for him to learn this and whatever. It was just a great experience because we made it a great experience.
Yeah,
because
professional.
I could have been that person that come in here and like try to take advantage of him and just be a complete dick to him.
Which I've had experiences with
Yeah,
that. But
that
I've also had
happens.
experiences with like somebody helped me too when I
Yeah.
was young.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for this. You are an incredible guest, and what a wonderful story.
Thank you.
Wonderful story. Guys, thank you. Subscribe and like.
Yes.